This week on PWR.
Wait a minute. What are you? Why do you do this every flipping week? I am the star. I start the show. I kick us off.
It says start. Open.
Yeah, that's what I do. Well, why don't you go ahead and finish it. See how you do. I'm going to evaluate you right now. This is your work evaluation. This is your job evaluation.
Let me put my glasses so I can read this here. Here, welcome. Okay. Welcome to PWR this week for...
It doesn't say that at all. No? Any of that. It doesn't say any of that. Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Report weekly preview for the week of May.
It just went out. I started to read and the screen went black.
Folks, it all starts tonight with a live edition of PWR Reaction. That's our big show online where you can call in and be a part of the show talking about WWE Raw. And you can hear as well our perspectives on the post-Extreme Rules edition of the broadcast. That's PWR Reaction live tonight following WWE Raw. No, I'm not going to be on that one.
That's just Meatball, right? And Matthew.
And Matthew Thomas, absolutely. Yes. And the fans, because they get to call in and be a part of it.
Thank God they're calling that show.
Well, Tuesday night, it's another edition of my Real Talk podcast discussing the world outside of wrestling, and that's on the PWR Now Podcast Network. And who knows what the heck I'm going to talk about this week. Last week it was about taxes, and, you know,
taxes.
The taxes.
We're talking about
people think
taxes.
that the rich should pay more taxes than the poor. And guess what? They already do. So that was what last week's discussion was
I did appreciate your discussion last week. It was informative. It was well thought out. It was clearly spoken. I was impressed.
Was it the spoken word?
No, that's my gimmick.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, my turn? See, I'm all confused because it's over here, but it's not on that one. But then on Wednesday,
we have multiple cameras.
Right,
so
we just talked about reaction.
Yeah, it happens twice a week. On Wednesdays as well.
After NXT,
yes.
And that's, of course, at PWRshow.com.
The wheels on the bus keep falling off.
And they're taking calls too, right?
They take calls, absolutely.
Is it toll-free?
Here's where we don't take calls, though, and that's on the Double D podcast, which comes back to you again on Thursday. Thursday at 9 o'clock p.m. We talk about anything and everything, and maybe we should take phone calls.
No.
Maybe we should live tweet during Double D podcast. Why not?
Because I like to have authentic conversation. And I think some people will throw us off.
Double D is available on the PWR Now Podcast Network and also right here on our YouTube channel.
And then, of course, it's an all-new edition of my favorite interactive. See, I'll be interactive on this one. It's my favorite show, Feedback Friday.
I still don't really think that's your favorite.
It's on YouTube and Fight TV every Friday at 5 p.m. You know why it's 5 p.m.?
Why is that?
Because that's when we have a fish fries at 5 o'clock on a Friday.
Is that right?
Yes.
I thought it was always 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's dinner time.
Supper. Is that still early bird time, 5 o'clock, or is that after early bird?
Bro, I'm not that old to know what early bird is.
The main event, folks, the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time comes to you again Saturday night, 10 o'clock p.m., back to our normal start time on My24 Milwaukee, and available online. Of course, it's the fastest 30 minutes in wrestling, looking back at the week in wrestling, and it's also available on YouTube and Fight, F-I-T-E, TV, Saturday as well. And you get all these shows for free on the PWR Now Podcast Network, and subscribe to that network on iTunes and get the shows downloaded to the device of your choice automatically. You ain't gots to do nothing.
What's your favorite device?
My favorite device? Yeah. It would probably be my iPad.
Jameson?
That's not a device. That's a beverage.
Gotcha.
That's liqueur, if you will. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube, right over there, David Hero, right under your phone. Have you subscribed to us on YouTube?
Of course I do.
Really?
That's how I got to see your podcast.
Ah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, click and get those episodes delivered right to your inbox when they are released. So let's see. We got a new show on Monday. We got a new show on Tuesday. We got a new show on Wednesday. We got a new show on Thursday. We got a new show on Friday. We got a new show on Saturday. Are we on 6 days a week, PWR?
Oh, I need to renegotiate
6 days a week. You're only on 2 of them, 3 of them.
That's it? Mm-hmm. Seems like I'm on a lot more.
Well, it's called making sure that we don't want to overexpose you. And yes, that is what happens in DMs. We'll see you all week long on our programming, and enjoy tonight's edition of WWE Raw.